Okay, guys, here we are. In the next turn, Stark has offered me an alliance, trade rights, map information. We're already allies with them unofficially, so we may as well make it official. There you go.
Aye, farewell.
Messenger arrives, King of the North. Due to the Crown lands falling quickly, I shall change course and lead my army to the Westerlands. I have sent word to Edmund Tully to advance to Rook's Rest to claim it as his own. Rook's Rest being taken by Stannis, and Rook's Rest being part of our deal with future borders with the King of the North. We're trading we're trading Rook's Rest in the Crown lands for Stony Sept in the Riverlands, which I'll control. As our own, I wish you the best. Luck your conquest against the Crown lands, Rob. And Renly telling me to help him in the siege of King's Landing. There we go. Alliance announced. Relationships improved. Nice. We're still getting a decent amount of barely any cash every turn. What we'll do is sneakily, just to get a bit of extra cash every turn, we'll stick all of my cavalry in Highgarden, and then I don't have to pay the upkeep costs for them. There's no point having them outside of Highgarden because I'll just have to pay the upkeep costs for them otherwise. So, you know, this way I get 1,500 every turn rather than 37. So it's an extra bit of cash we can use. Anyway, we'll pick off right from where we left off, pretty much. There's been a lot of RP and sort of diplomacy going on recently, so I'll take you over it. Joffrey Baratheon, or Joffrey Hill, has bent the knee and sworn fealty to King Renly. He marched out of King's Landing, crying like a little bitch, knelt before Renly and begged for his life and the lives of his family. He has disbanded his troops in King's Landing as a show of good faith, and currently I'm not entirely sure whether or not we're going to simply kill him or whatnot. It sort of brings us to an ethical dilemma. So, the original plan was to allow the Joffrey faction to continue playing, and the player controlling them to continue playing as our vassal. The only problem with this is, we were going to kill Joffrey and let Tommen live. But both Tommen and Joffrey are inside King's Landing, which would mean that we need to lift the siege on King's Landing to let Tommen out. This would give Joffrey the opportunity to run like a little bitch, and Tommen would be vulnerable elsewhere, and it just seems a waste of time to lift the siege, let Tommen out, lay the siege again, and then wait another turn, and then take King's Landing. It would take like 3 turns just to take King's Landing. And compared to option number 2, which is we take King's Landing in Renly's next turn and completely wipe out the entire Joffrey faction in one swoop. And in an RP sense, for roleplay's sake, we say that Joffrey and his sister are still alive and well at court as guests of King Renly. So yeah, when we come back, we'll take King's Landing and the entire Joffrey faction will be wiped out. Assuming, of course, that the Renly player agrees that option number 2, where we just wipe them all out and pretend that Tommen's still alive, is the better option. I think it is, because otherwise we'll have a really weak vassal with barely any locations and barely any power that could easily turn on us at any time. That's probably going to get destroyed. I'd rather have those locations for myself, or for Renly, so that he can have more military power and more income. So anyway, guys, that's all for now. We'll go to the next turn. Right here, let's see what happens, shall we?
And is going on, guys? Simpy here, and you might be thinking, hang on, what the hell? Simpy? What the hell are you doing here? Well, basically, Soul's on holiday, and he asked me to do his hot seats that he's currently been running. So obviously, he's not at home, so he can't do the hot seats, and previously I've done hot seats with him. So, yeah. I know what I'm doing, I guess. So basically here, he's playing as his House Tyrell campaign. Now, first things first, what he told me is, apparently there's a Greyjoy army coming close. I'm not really too sure. I'm just kind of jumping straight into the campaign, so I'm just trying to figure out what's what. So looking at the family tree, Mace Tyrell, okay, Willis. He's married to who? Fossaway. Yes, all that boring stuff. Okay, he has a... Who has Loras Tyrell at Rosby? Now he said, yeah, like I said, there's a possible Greyjoy attack happening. So he said, defend the Reach. Even though King Renly is our king, he said, my lands are more important than his. So he said to deploy, what's it called? Forts on each side here, which I will do. I'll just pop this fort here, and I'll use this other one here. I probably shouldn't have moved the whole army, but... nonetheless, now who are my 2 best generals here? Mace is just horrible. I would say that the Greyjoys, obviously, because they're a naval nation or faction, they're going to be attacking from this side. So I would rather have Garland, he's our best general down the south, I'd rather have him here. And we'll just chuck in Foss away to the north. We'll keep 5 units in each. We'll divide that, yeah. Probably want 1 more unit. They're lacking cavalry. But I don't think we're going to get attacked from the south. Who's this bloke? Mathis Rowan. Right. I'm going to move Mathis Rowan to Golden Grove. And I'm going to move... I think that's pretty much it. All I want to do is movements-wise. I'll keep him there at Golden Grove just in case we get besieged. But I'm pretty sure that most of my troops are going to defend these points. I've probably got too many troops in that settlement. Probably just 1 lot of cavalry here. We'll swap those 2 out for a lot of cavalry as well. Yeah, I've changed 1. I think I'm probably better off having a large number of troops in Highgarden. So who's this? Horace Red One. I'll put him in Highgarden. So we do have a full stack here with Randyll Tarly, and I am going to move him back down to my lands away from King's Landing. I'm going to move him to Tumbleton, but if we do get attacked by the Greyjoys or the Lannisters, I'm sure they'll go through. I don't even know like who's in the game at the moment. We're at war with Stannis Lannister, but it sure doesn't really matter because I'm only playing a couple of turns. So yeah, I imagine I'll keep this army here to fend off the rebel settlements. But there's not too much I can do. So thank you very much for watching. I should be doing the next couple of turns. So yeah. Without further ado, guys, thanks for watching the turn. Goodbye. Hello everyone, Simpy here, and today for you I'm filling in for Soul one more time. So yeah, let's get on with it, shall we? So I just got a private message from Soul just then, and he told me what to do is that to move Randyll Tarly back to Highgarden, which I already had I can't remember if he told me or not. I think he just said defend my lands, but he didn't actually specifically say to move Tarly. But just then he said move him to Highgarden because we're still... just my phone's going off. There we go. Threw it over the crossroom onto a bit of paper. Perfect. That probably made a louder fucking noise. What was I saying? Yes, basically we're moving Randyll Tarly back from a Greyjoy threat of invasion, but we can't... I don't know. I can't seem to see anyone else. But apparently that's... well, who does he have an alliance with at the moment? Renly, Stark, and Martell. And Stannis... Yes, okay. Well, apparently, I'm going to move House Tyrell over to Storm's End because apparently Martell was going to betray Stannis. Apparently, they had some sort of agreement. I don't know, but apparently Martell's going to attack them, and someone wants me to move House Tyrell to Storm's End. So that's really much all I can do this turn. We do have a little bit of money in the bank, but I don't really want to recruit too much because I want to keep my economy stable. We've still got our armoured swordsmen and armoured spearmen and a couple of crossbowmen from last turn. But everywhere else looks highly garrisoned. We could go with another fleet. I don't really see why not. Obviously they do cost a fair bit. Yeah, about right. Okay, I think we should keep this money, and because we're not making too much return. So, thank you very much for watching this turn, guys, and I'll see you guys later. Simpy out. Goodbye.
Hey guys, I am back from holiday. Thanks to Simpy for subbing me for the last week. He didn't get much action done, I'm afraid, in the 2 turns that happened while I was away. But still, thanks for doing it, mate. It was either that or letting Renly take my turns for a while. But in this way, you guys got to see the last 2 turns. Anyway, we'll jump into some things that he's done. He's moved my general in the opposite direction that I wanted him to go to. We wanted to build a watchtower here to keep an eye on Lannister, but we won't worry too much about that right now. We'll do what we were doing before, just bring him over here. And we'll build the watchtower there like we were planning to do. We've got another little problem here as well if we do just do this for a sec. He's put forces in forts that don't need to be in forts. Put the 2 Red Wayne brothers garrisoning the fortifications. There you go, 4 units and 4 units. Noble Lord, we march. Yeah, the thing that Simpy did was put too many troops in here, and we had like 600 every turn. This way we have about 1,000-ish, give or take. But we'll deal with that later on and get as much money every turn as we can. Anyway, I'll put you guys up to speed on everything that has been going down since I've been gone, which consists of... I've actually written down everything that's been happening. So, well, first of all we've taken Rosbury with the assistance of Renly. Renly then took Duskendale and Driftmark as well. First things first, we'll move Loras to Bronze Gate so he can assist in the current predicament around Storm's End. Now, we're dealing with Stannis in the Stormlands. Stannis has taken Crackclaw points, he's taken Tarth, and he has taken Rainhouse. Currently, Martell has sailed up from Dawn. He's laying siege to Rainhouse with a full stack, and is laying siege to Stannis Baratheon outside of Storm's End with a full stack under the Red Viper. Now, he'll be able to take it in the next turn and should bring Stannis' head back to King's Landing on a spike if everything goes according to plan. If not, Loras can offer assistance in the next turn. So, another thing is that due to our border agreements with Robb Stark, Tully now controls a Rook's Rest up here in the Crown Lands, and that is in trade for Stony Sept once it is liberated from Lannister control. So guys, that is pretty much all for now. Just moving some troops around. I gave Simpy some basic instructions as moving Tarly to Highgarden and whatnot, and Loras to Storm's End. Unfortunately, he screwed up the forts a bit, so we've not got as much cash as I would have hoped because we were paying for unnecessary upkeep, but that's not too big of a deal, really. But yeah, that is all for now, really. I've caught you guys up to pretty much where all of the stuff that has happened recently. And when we come back, we'll probably be taking Stannis Baratheon's head, or at least receive news that Stannis Baratheon's head is being mounted on the walls of the Red Keep. That is all for now, guys. We'll go to the next turn and see what happens. Hey guys, welcome to turn 13. First things first, the usurper and heretic Stannis Baratheon. Did I say Stannis Baratheon? Whatever. He's dead! The heretic is dead. So, House Tyrell is moving away from the Stormlands and heading over here to Ashford. And Jon Forsworthy is heading over there, and they're going to join up forces, and then I'll have another full stack under Loras. Tarly is either going to go towards Golden Grove to Lannister's borders, or go back to Highgarden, because we have some Greyjoy ships on our horizon. Now, what's going on with Greyjoy is simple. Tully has attacked. One of these messages is from Tully. Here it is. Lord Mace, for your means to attack your lands, repair yourself. I have launched an assault on the Iron Islands. This should cripple him soon. So Tully is already kicking Greyjoy's ass at the Iron Islands, especially since Theon is in fury in that ship, and he sent his best army all the way down here. So he's either going to attack the Reach, or, like he's claimed he's going to do, which might just be lies, he's going to go all the way back to the Iron Islands and fuck up Tully, or he's going to try to do that anyway. So yeah, this is why we've got half a stack here. Garland Tyrell can move in either direction from Highgarden if necessary. Tarly will move sort of towards Highgarden as well, I suppose, and stick with Garland just in case we need to go to Old Town. Because Old Town's going to be their major target. He's got a ship right here scouting the area. So he's definitely heading for Old Town. So what I'm going to do is going to request via a PM, or in-game message in a moment, assistance from Martell, who's already offered to send a full stack to assist me. So Martell will send a full stack from Dawn to camp in this forest region just here, hidden in an ambush, ready just in case if the Ironborn land, he can shoot to their assistance as well, and I'll have another army, full stack, right here in this forest hiding. So if Greyjoy lands anywhere within the vicinity of Old Town, we'll be able to pounce on him like a fucking leopard or some description cat thing, whatever. This is, of course, assuming that he attacks the Reach and doesn't return to Pike. Which he probably wants to return to Pike because that's the best income he's going to get. But yeah, that's about it, really. We've got Tarly moving towards Highgarden to join up with the rest of his forces. Jon Forsworthy is going to join up with Loras Tyrell here and build all of this. Also, Jaime Lannister, the Lord of Castle Rock, has claimed independence for the Westerlands. He's utterly surrounded by every single enemy that he has. He has absolutely no friends, and he knows that he's dead. So, doing the only thing that he could do is declared himself King of the Rock for the fact that he could before he dies. He knows he's dead, but he's going to go down fighting. So we should expect an assault from Lannister sometime soon. Hopefully, because Tully is in alliance with me and under the command of King Robb, this will break the peace agreement that they have at the moment, or at least non-aggression pact that they've signed. So Tully should offer assistance against Lannister, or Stark will, because Tully's attacking Greyjoy and Stark isn't, so we might get assistance from King Robb. But I don't think we'll need it because we have 3.5 stacks. One under Garland, one under Tarly, one under Loras, and half a stack at Golden Grove. Once we move our forces out of Highgarden, we are in immense debt, but that's war, really. What we'll do is throw the forces at Golden Grove against the Lannisters and fuck them up. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The Greyjoys may or may not be going north or south towards the Reach. We're not entirely sure, but we will make preparations to defend ourselves if necessary. Highgarden is almost ready for war. Lannister has declared himself king, and we should be at odds with him soon. King Renly's rule to the south is done. That's it, really. He's killed Joffrey Baratheon. He has killed Stannis Baratheon, and there's no more usurpers. The only other usurpers, possibly, is Jaime Lannister, the King of the Rock, and Robb Stark in the north. But we'll see how everything goes when we get into it. Anyway, guys, that is all for now. What we'll do is just skip ahead to me sending a message to Martell to... But anyway, guys, that is all for now. We will end the turn here and see how things go. Really, this all depends on Greyjoy's move. If he goes into the south, we're going to have to go on the defensive with Lannister and get assistance from Robb. If he goes to Pike and fights Greyjoy, fights Tully, sorry, then we can just go into the Westerlands and fuck him up. But that might be what he's waiting for. If I was Greyjoy, I'd say that I was going to Pike, but in reality, I would simply hold Pike and wait on the coastline just out of view, like way over here. And when all my forces go into the Westerlands, I'd strike at Old Town while the Reach is undefended. But it's like you say, when you're playing against players, you never know whether or not they're telling the truth, whether or not they're going to backstab you, or whether or not they got some secret shit going on. So that's generally why I trust no one. Anyway, guys, that is all for now. Like I said, next turn, see what happens. Hey guys, here we are, turn 14. I've moved Garland Tyrell out of Highgarden into hiding in this woodlands place, just one turn from Golden Grove. So once the Lannister stacks at Silver Hill come close enough, we can launch an attack, and he won't be able to see these guys coming. I've also got Tarly here, and this army will join up with him in the next turn to make him give a full stack. We've got pretty much half a stack at Golden Grove, which is quite nice. Highgarden's recruiting some more troops because they can garrison the city without having to provide upkeep. I'm literally on like the limit of how much upkeep I can get. It's only going to go up a little bit every turn now. The Greyjoy ships are nowhere to be seen, but I still have to do a bit of scouting. I'll do that off camera after I've finished recording. But I'm sneakily suspicion that he's gone into the north, and now he's going to come back down south. Because we have an informant in King Robb's ranks. Tully has sent King Renly a message and a copy of a message between Robb and Greyjoy, and they plan to assault the south or something like that. I'm not entirely sure what's going on or if it's reliable, but it seems that Tully is with us if any wars break out. And see, this kind of information right here is why I'm not uploading this until the fucking hot seat is finished, because it would reveal all of our plans and strategies and shit. But anyway, yeah, Lannister has his shit over here, which is actually quite crappy units and very crappy generals. Keep in mind that Tywin and most of the really good generals that Lannister has are dead. So yeah, he's at a distinct disadvantage right now. Anyway, these guys will be ready in the next turn to push back any assault. I've got Forsworthy moving over here to this forest, as well as Loras Tyrell moving there. There will be 19 units, and this one horseman unit here will join up with them. That will give them a full stack. And Loras Tyrell will come over here and attack from this direction, or go for Stony Sept. I'm not entirely sure. I know for a fact that Renly is sending 2 stacks against Lannister from the Crown Lands and the River and the general area and Stormlands and whatnot. Martell is sending Lord Youngwood across from Starfall in about 3 to 4 turns to land at Old Town, and then if there's no sign of Greyjoy, he's going to come up to Highgarden and aid me against the Westerlands. We've also got Sir Dane leading a full stack out of the Stormlands by Griffin's Roost at the moment, so I assume he's coming down through this way, through Blackhaven, and he's coming into the Reach to Highgarden to assist as well. So we'll have my almost like three and a half stacks that I've got, plus 2 stacks from Martell, although that may change at the moment. Because of the upcoming war with King Robb, what we may be doing is sending Martell via ship around here, around the Vale, and to attack the north while Robb is in the Riverlands. Lore-wise and RP-wise and roleplay-wise and whatnot, Tommen and Marcella Hill, or Baratheon, whatever you want to call them, are dead. They've been publicly executed. Well, not publicly executed. They've just been sort of put to death, mercifully and quickly. And under the refusal of Jaime Lannister to bend the knee to the Iron Throne, he's crowned himself King of the Rock and said, kill the children, I don't care about them. So we killed the children, and that was his fault. So yeah, they're dead. And we are preparing for war, because shit is about to hit the fan, and it could go either way, because Lannister has about the same military power as myself if we go military rating. See, Lannister is about even 50-50 with me. And then we've got Martell joining in, who lost a little bit. He lost about half a stack in the fight against Stannis. But anyway, guys, that is all for now. Shit's going to start kicking off pretty fucking soon, and we're going to get to see some action. Because in the entire thing of wiping out Stannis and Joffrey, I was sort of just backup, like support role. I barely got to see any action at all. So yeah, hopefully Lannister will be stupid enough to attack Golden Grove, thinking I can't see any of his armies, and that'll be that. So yeah, we'll go to the next turn, see what happens. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, back. I did the introduction wrong again because we're doing the turns. Turn 15, anyway. Lannister is at our borders with 3 full stacks, one by Kevin Lannister, Lord of Casterly Rock, and Andros Bax, and relatively shitty units, actually. They're really quite poor units, so I'm not entirely worried about winning against them because it's pretty much guaranteed. The only downside to all of these things is that he's using the Lannister bitch to scout the forests, and he's found my hidden forces, which he can't do anything about other than attempt to marry Joy Hill to Randall or Garland, which he's not going to succeed in because it's really shit charm. He might get really lucky with Randall because he's got rather poor loyalty, but, you know, hopefully if we ignore that fact and just mosey on and just forget it fucking exists, it won't happen. What I'm going to do, actually, I'm going to...
March! Very good. Preparing an ambush. Orders?
Yeah, send him over there, and then we can check out Stony Sept and see what they report to Renly's forces that are coming over from the Crown Lands to go to Stony Sept. So, and I've also got Anders Youngwood, which will be at around the area of Old Town or Highgarden around 3 turns, and we've got a full stack of Martells under command of the Dark Star heading for Highgarden as well. But he's now going to head straight for Silver Hill because we're about to clash with the Lannisters. But yeah, they cannot get to me in 1 turn. Their movement points are not good enough. So, well, we're assuming. Either way, they have to come to me, pretty much. My forces are right here. Even if they now know that my forces are there because of this Lannister bitch. Or bastard, she's actually Joy Hill, not Joy Lannister. But yeah, even though they know the forces are there, they can strike whenever they lay siege to Golden Grove, so they don't have much of a choice. Anyway, guys, yeah, that's about all for now. We'll go to the next turn. Off camera, I'll probably place another fort here, so just so to delay them from getting to Highgarden. If they break my forces somehow, which is highly unlikely, we'll fall back to Highgarden and wait for reinforcements from Martell and then kick their ass. Anyway, guys, that's all for now. We have sent our private messages and ravens and whatnot to everyone. All of my friends telling them that the Lannister's on the way, and all of Greyjoy's possible enemies and neighbours telling them that Lannister's on their way to me, so their lands are really weakly defended. Sort of hovering a stake in front of them saying, you know, attack the Westerlands, it's really undefended, you can do it. Attack the Westerlands, it's really undefended, free stuff kind of thing. So yeah, hopefully either Greyjoy, Tully or King Robb will attack the Westerlands now that I've told them that the Lannister forces are all focused around here. Assuming, of course, they're not all in cahoots, fucking teamed up with each other and secretly going to kill us all. We'll see.
Hey
Next
guys,
turn,
welcome
to turn 16. Lannister has invaded with really shitty units in a really crappy attempt to invade by lands. Now, I've tested multiple different ways to assault these forces. Every single one of them, I have been victorious in a massive way, pretty much beating the shit out of his forces without barely losing any troops whatsoever. But the only thing that I've been experimenting is how exactly to attack so that he retreats to the ideal location that I want him to. And then we assault them like so. You've got Lord Banefort leading this, really shitty general with some really crappy units. And then you've got Brax leading it, shitty general, shitty units. So New Order Resolve only lost 151 men and then 5 in Garland's troops. He lost all of his troops. His general just got killed and that entire army wiped out. And this army should retreat a distance somewhere in range of my army. So we'll see. There you go. He retreated right there, which allows this army here to charge over and attack. Clear victory. Execute those forces. So it allows Brax to fuck off over in that direction. And then this army will take cover in these forests.
Very good. An honor to serve.
Well, Garland Tyrell can take cover in Golden Grove for now, I think. There you go, those two places will be done. We've lost barely any troops whatsoever.
Yes.
Is there anyone we can get rid of here? One Hedge Knight, which can just go with Tarly because he can retrain those units. And then Tarly can... No? Okay. I was thinking Tarly can join up with them, but we'll do those in the next turn, I suppose. And deal with it later. For now, that'll do. That stops any Lannister force coming to attack me. They'll have to face both of those. The only other big force that Lannister has is Kevin Lannister. So we're going to lose Old Oak. But it's going to take him at least 2 turns to get over here. Then he's got this fortification set up here. And I've got Loras Tyrell coming over to Highgarden from this location. Not to mention the Martell forces that are coming over from Starfall pretty soon. So another thing that we're going to do is set up a fortification right here.
Very good. Establishing a defensive fort.
Now, one of the rules is definitely that we can only have 2 forts per region, which means I can only have these 2 here. But what I'm thinking is, the only way that Lannister's going to get to me, he's not going to get through this way. He's going to have to come around this way. So we're going to have those 2 forts there, which will stop them for 2 turns. It's going to take him at least 1 turn to get to here, lay siege to that, then lay siege to this, then lay siege to Highgarden. And Loras Tyrell's going to be at Highgarden in 2 turns. So there's no way Kevin Lannister is going to get to Highgarden in time to do anything. So he's fucked. Especially since in the next turn, this army can attack him and take Silverhill. Randall Tarly can't move in this turn, but Garland Tyrell can move in the next.
Yes.
And we'll sort out the units in the next turn. But for now, at least, Golden Grove is completely and utterly defended, and there's no way he's going to be able to take it. Those were just 2 of his armies, 2 of his full stacks that had just been utterly annihilated, me barely losing any troops. I lost 155 guys, or something like that, which is barely anything. Not to mention Loras Tyrell with his full stack here, 2 full stacks coming from Martell's faction, and another 2 stacks coming from Renly Baratheon, all heading towards the Westerlands. And I've just wiped out half of Lannister's military. So yeah, guys, Lannister's invasion of the Reach has been completely and utterly thwarted. There is no way that he is going to be able to defend himself from this. He either retreats back to the Westerlands, or Kevin Lannister is going to die if he ventures further into the Reach. There's no question about that. He's not going to make it. He's not going to get away. So Lannister's put himself into a rather tricky little position because I've just wiped out half of his military force and sent word to all of his enemies that the Westerlands are now pretty much undefended. So yeah, guys, that's all for now. We'll go to the next turn. Rub it in Lannister's face, and that should be quite funny. That's all for now. Annotation... Nah, I almost said annotation next time. We'll go to the next turn and see what our next move is. Hopefully, we'll deal with that army with these guys in a minute, and then we'll go to Silverhill, obviously. Lay siege to Silverhill, take that, and we'll start pushing into the Westerlands after we've dealt with Kevin Lannister. But at the same time, because we've defeated their military forces, we might as well push them hard and fast now, before they can regroup from this loss that they've experienced.